Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Flotsam here on Nature Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host, Max. So in the previous episode, we actually started to research more advanced storage capacity along with additional cooking ways to prepare meals, and we were able to start making the gob kebab, but I'm still kind of disappointed because I do require seaweed in order to combine it with the fish, and the result is not even that much of a tastier meal for the colonists. So we're gonna try to keep providing them with at least the yucky food so we have some provisions while we will start moving to potentially new locations. So where I wanted to go was possibly there's a drifter camp quite far. We have the church lookout, and we have also this location which is calling to me, just thanks to the fact that we just might be able to get some yield out of it. So I was thinking, what if I would actually go here for seaweed, then we can do the forest lookout, and then go over here and then stop by the dripping oil tanker to pick up some potential resources, and then go through this heavily fish focused area back to here, or maybe we'll just go directly over here. The reason why I'm looking for also additional locations is that the rural ruins usually do possess the goods which can be turned into housing, and there's plenty of wood in here. But overall, I have no clue like how massive this map is or what eventually can come out of the overall settlement. So there's few locations where we haven't been yet, so this might be an interesting one to try and check out just because of the rural area. So it seems to have like a supermarket, so potentially what I'm looking at here is going to be yeah, canned food and even corn. So I would be able to make some really awesome stuff, and we are going to be able to establish this fishing outpost. And I've also figured out that by clicking this, we actually increase like the radius of the area. So that's actually quite nice, because now I can make sure that I will actually clear out everything. So we can scrap all of this, and let's move forward this for a priority, because that's quite a lot of corn and a lot of the canned food, which will definitely help with the overall mood, which has been not the best as of late, primarily just thanks to the fact that I keep giving them the bad food. But considering the fact that most of these things do require multiple resources, it's most unfortunate. I really am hoping to come across like a flounder, but all the fish which I keep coming across right now is not flounder specifically, so it is what it is. These two locations have been scavenged, so now with this, I can keep increasing the radius and make sure that all of this has been salvaged. And I'll be able to keep making things. Also, I kind of came across a bug where like people, I had like two of the villagers stuck here on the chop shop. They were like loading and offloading stuff, and they weren't really doing anything else. So it kind of made 2 out of 5 people completely incapable of doing anything, which was quite painful. This seaweed is unfortunately out of the reach, so that's really bad. We are reaching the heavy stage where I'm just not sure how our mobility is gonna come to the effect. If I want to definitely clear out the supermarket, and I don't know, maybe then we can move out to like a different location. Unfortunately, I still do not know what is a flounder and what is like another fish. Maybe the yellow fish is the flounder. So that seems to be quite heavily in this region available. So that's in the opposite direction from where we are. But this is right now the priority. If I'll be able to get those 12 cans of food, I think that will help me tremendously. And for some reason, I'm still unable to research botany. So I don't know if I need to go into school and do something in regards to that. I do have still some books left, but overall, I'm kind of screwed here. I think the research says that in order for me to get some of these things done, I would need to have like a specialist or something. And so I think the specialist, which is the botanist, is unfortunately like all the way over here. And that's like across the entire map on the opposite end. So yeah, not really that thrilled about it. This way we will get some plastic scrap. I can theoretically make tools and also the floaters. So let's load up the production. That's gonna at least reduce some of the cargo hold. We do have the chow for the seagull. I was able to fetch one. But yeah, like, unless I'll be able to come up with something, this is gonna be a little tricky. I'm really hoping that by putting in like more icons of the humans, it shows like the priority of this location to be salvaged. The corn, you can theoretically combine it over here to get the actual better meals. I was really thinking that the corn would have to be utilized for like farming or something, but I do have like seaweed spores and I do have mushrooms, but apparently until I somehow get the farming or something, I'm just gonna struggle here and be forced to give just the basic meals, which is a little disappointing. I don't really have like a proper design. I'm quite sure if I would look into it, I would be able to come across far better layouts, but this is like my first playthrough ever of the game. I'm slightly disappointed with the fact that the game has been released since 2019 and it's still in early access, so that's 5 years that it's been allowed to be in early access. I think Steam should apply some sort of a fine or something in order to discourage developers to keep a game in early access for such a long time, because yeah, I'm not really sure how to feel about it. I can understand if like one person would be working on it or something, and you never know what can be happening behind the scene. Like people can have lots of problems, family or health or whatever. But if you're like a developer or like a small studio or something, I just don't know. I feel like sometimes it can be used and abused in a wrong way, and it's just never good. So what I'll do here is unbottle the fish, because this is still an ingredient technically. And I'm gonna be able to cook up one more corn fish. You have lots of science points. I can theoretically do the fish farm, but I'm not sure how that would benefit me. or what are the logistics of making it work, and unless I get these specialists, like a medic, an engineer, or architect or something, I don't know. I do not know. I really want to get this thing. Because getting like the fish farm would be beneficial, of course, for the overall food situation. But it's a big if it would actually really have that much of an effect. Battery has been recharged. Still have 3 locations that I want to salvage. I'm afraid I'm gonna be forced to go after this botanist. It's just really unfortunate. The issue is I've already been in these parts, but at that time I wasn't like picking up more of the settlers. I mean, there's like 2 people over here alone. It's just not the most beneficial if you don't have proper food supply set up. It can have really negative effects, and upon me realizing that one like trip with the fishing boat will give you 5 of the bottled fish, it also raises the question of how efficient some of these procedures are. We're not even like turning out some of the processed goods, so I'm not really sure what's the priority where right now. A little worrying. But I do have a surplus of food at least, even though most of it is not the best quality. And the tutorials keep popping up around the same stuff. So these have been cleared out. This one I'm gonna probably leave as is. This has been looted, 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 looted. So let's grab all of this. I'm not sure. It seems like the seagull is actually harvesting this. So I might be able to make some rope. I think rope would be more adequate compared to me making the seaweed sheets. We can unbottle all of this fish. I have these empty houses, so I can like really increase the population, but I don't want to go too crazy with that because just don't know how it would affect my water consumption, and food consumption would be the bigger problem for me, I think. That's the thing which would freak me out slightly more. But okay. Drifter needs, we are able to provide all of those, but we still have like the negative town beauty just due to all of this, and I've started like cramming in the watchtowers just to counteract the negative effect, although I'm not sure if having like a bunch of these watchtowers really drastically changes that many things. This is another bottled thingy. I'm really considering going all the way over here. There's quite a lot of advanced things, but I feel like the botanist might be something I might want to try and go for. Issue is going to be the battery management. I'm training battery like there's no tomorrow. So that means that someone is gonna be forced to recharge it, and I did research actually the tech to do this a little bit more efficiently, but I don't have these weird supplies or something. So I believe that somehow in manufacturing, and I would need to be able to process the electronics. Yeah, but for that I need the sort of engineer person or engineering. And so without that and having access to electricity, I don't know. And what about this? This requires 13 points of knowledge. It's wood-powered generator. Yeah, I think we can go for that. Oil-powered generator. That's an interesting one, but the question is how that is affecting us. Because the only way I came across like oil overall is through cleaning the fish of it. So that was like the only instance. You know what? I really want to see if this is a freaking flounder. The yellow fish. But I can't tell for sure. Yeah, this is definitely flounder, so the yellow fish is the one I'll be on the lookout for. Because it will be the easiest one to cook up a specialized meal or ordinary meal instead of having the yucky food. And only thing I need is just the damn fish and just the fish and a firewood, and that's it. So I think this plastic scrap is gonna be collected. I will have to... Okay. Rotate so I see the production structures a little bit better. I have to queue up all sorts of things for me to do. I want to have tools accessible. I want to have the floaters accessible. I will need to come across scrap somewhere. I think we can disengage this because we do have a crap ton of nibblers still. So worst case scenario, I can just process those. But if I'll be able to get the flounders, I should be able to manage slightly better. And I will need the plates in order to create more of the large storage units. But where in the world would I put it? And we're also kind of like the weight is kind of freaking me out slightly. This has been cleaned out. Cleaned out. It's a bunch of wet wood, but I don't really care about it. Can scavenge these goods. That's just healthy trees. This has been already scrapped. Let's assign 2 people to this location. Okay, so the flounders. I did not check how many flounders there are per school of fish. Because like the bottle, the nibbler, there's just a whole lot of them in the school of fish. So you have like multiple trips guaranteed. Let's make one seaweed wrap. That way I can have the seaweed sheet and process it with one of the other fish. So that we have more edible food for the colonists. So they are slightly happier. Man, day 50 already. I do wonder if I should ever consider trying to do like 100 days for this game. It would be certainly interesting. I am considering V-Rising Castlevania, but For that, I need to wait for it to be released. I'm not even sure when would they be planning on doing that. Oh, so it's like 8th of May. But I don't know if the Castlevania is just giving you like skins and like things of such nature, or if it actually like changes the overall gameplay. It's supposed to be released on 8th of May. So there's still some time. Well, depending on when I will publish this video compared to when the V-Rising thing is gonna be launched. Okay, so we can make one of these. I can put in one of these. This way I have plenty of this, and I can go and make a lot of water. Battery is recharged. So our objective is this person. So here we have actually 2 flounders. Or 3 flounders even. So I have exerted the entire battery charge. We have already done the scouting. I don't really know what the polluted trees would do, but now I want to take a look at this and see. Okay, so there's 6 flounders. You get much more gobblers. Out of this one location. Question is if I can like cram this in here and just expand the area so that it would give me both the fish. So fishing is kind of like a good thing to consider in this region, because I would be able to get quite a lot of flounders and just make the grilled flounder. That would help me out, but I have to do something with the carry capacity and the overall storage. So I think I'll have to sacrifice the last metal plates that I do possess. So I'm assuming it's gonna be 2 trips to this location if it's 5 fish per trip. This one that's 26, so that's 6 trips in order to clear out that location, and then we have this one, which is 24, so that's 5 trips. It's quite a lot of trips. There are the mushrooms. But these are polluted trees. I don't know how the polluted trees would look like, or what would happen with them, or how would they be displayed. Certainly am like hoarding quite the substantial amount of resources. Question is if that's good or not. The issue is some of these structures I cannot even use at certain points because there's just no need for me to interact with them. But having them is probably better than waiting for whatever. So this research is still being done. I'm really hoping that that botanist is gonna help me out so that I can get the parks, and the parks can come somehow come in to help the overall beauty. This is... There's thankfully no pollution. I'm not really sure how the pollution is affecting everything. Let's cook up the flounders. I do have this station for clearing out these guys. Thing is, okay, so he brought one oiled one. I don't have like the option to just choose that I want just a clean fish. And then there's the oil generator, and this is like what I'm talking about. Like, this is the only oil way I have seen, or only oil resource which I have seen so far. So what would you do with it? How would you refine it into something different, you know, because you're washing it off the fish? That's what I don't understand. At least I'm happy that the current levels of like food are super up there, so I don't have to freak out too much. Can actually go to like 24 because that's almost the maximum capacity. Theoretically, I could try to like increase the storage for even water if I would want to at this point. Not by the propeller, that's for sure, but maybe I can cram it in somewhere. Just to see if we can push it more up, because I don't know if I were to take on the more population, how that would overall affect the capability to take in or to maintain the water levels, or how fast would I have to keep on replenishing the water. I have quite a lot of firewood. Don't have the corn. The flounder is like the popular choice, just thanks to the easiest way to process it. I have 6 of these knuckleheads to clean. So I think I'll be stuck here for a little bit. But I don't know, like, honestly, I have been considering few things for 100 days, but not really sure which one to really stick with. Stardew Valley, I've already done one, and because it's 1.6 version, I don't know, like, my primary focus in that game is usually farming and husbandry, and the new map is like more focused towards the husbandry instead. And I don't know, I just wanted to do something else. I know that like half of the list is V-Rising, then there's like 2 videos or Graveyard Keepers, so like the only other ones are for Dredge, Stardew Valley, and Dinkum. Dinkum was actually quite the unique experience, but it took a crap ton of time to get recorded because each day is like 25 minutes, and I just simply refused to quit before I was done utilizing that day fully. And so that means that it just took me a crap ton of time to just accumulate the footage by itself. Do we wanna... I think after this trip is done, I'll remove this marker. Put one over here by the flounder. If I'll be able to fetch those, it'll be just easier for me to process into better quality food. because the canned food is like gone. So it seems like the population goes for the higher quality foods, and then they go for the lower quality, which would explain why I have the nibbler chops and the gobbler chops for such a long time. This would still make it one more trip at least viable. Okay, let's fetch those 2 locations of fish, and let's see what will be the yield afterwards. Can clean out all of these knuckleheads. Probably building some sort of pier through here would be nice so they don't have to swim for it. We are like at day 50, so that's quite impressive. I haven't killed everyone yet. The research is done. But yeah, again, I need quite the specific resources to construct this. And so that's a no-go, no-show. I feel like I would need more fishing boats to do this properly. So we can remove the marker. There's literally 1 fish left, and then there's the flounder. This will give me 2 portions. So it'll give me 1 rope. So I'll be able to make 2 dishes here. But I'll be able to make the grilled flounder, which is just more sustainable, until I get the botanist and start utilizing the seaweed spores for like agriculture. Even that I will need to see how it works, just to get like the overall idea of it. So I have quite a lot of fish. I have unfortunately just 1 corn. Quite a lot of wet wood, sufficient quantity of dry wood. So that's gonna do just fine. They need to carry the fish, however, off the boat. So let's cook up those meals. Clean the fish. That way I don't have any of the unclean resources or unclean dishes. Can clear out this too now. And okay, so that has been cleaned. This has been interacted with, so off we go as far as I can. Try to get over here so I can tap into the 2 seaweeds. But it's still gonna take me a while to actually reach my destination. So set up location for this. There's supposed to be more of this stuff. This is quite unfortunate that it's like so far. So let's try to prioritize these. Quite a lot of fish in here. Quite a lot. So we will try to... These are all polluted. I can just go and gather dead wood, which will be more sustainable. Really don't know how the polluted trees look like or what is the negative effect of utilizing them. still think it's just counting as regular dry wood. I don't know how the pollution aspect works. But hopefully that botanist is gonna help me solve some of these pickles that I find myself in. Kind of angry about the seagull clearing out the dry wood. Probably prefer for it to do something else. Oh my god, I did not even know that I'm literally on top of the fish here. Flounder is literally under the ship. Let's get some more clean water. This would theoretically get us to the full storage. I really kind of want to try to see what would happen if I would go for it, like chop the polluted trees just to see if it would showcase itself somehow differently in your cargo. Or what's it gonna do, if it's gonna make them even more unhappy or unhealthy or whatever. So he is going over here first. Is this person swimming? Did I set up some of these locations for not a boat trip? Yeah, I did not interact with this person apparently, but I think I have been here before. Definitely. Like, the problem which I'm doing is that I'm going back and forth, but I just have different amount of tech. So it just looks dramatically different. This is like an interesting route to try and follow. Not that much fish close to the highway. Here it even spreads out, so this was some sort of city of sorts. If I would be able to establish, though, my own seaweed production, that would be quite nice. So this guy is gonna fish out all the flounder from here. I'll be able to cook it up, give them even more of this stuff. Thankfully, the actual canned food is lasting much longer than I would initially expect. And it's all just thanks to the fact that I keep making these additional dishes, which they can easily access compared to the chopped bits. Because it really looks like they're just giving them raw food instead of anything else. And I don't think even, like, chopping the flounder into these bits would be a smart choice then, just thanks to the fact that the basic fishing chair is only able to get the nibblers, and then you need to have the fishing boat in order to get the additional species of fish. There's quite a lot of seaweed now, so I can make 6 of them, which would give me some yield in the food production department since I have so many gobblers. So I can make more of the gob kebabs. So are we ready to move? I think I'll go for it. Battery has been recharged. I really am hoping that this is gonna work out. Let's tap into this. Polluted trees. Yeah, I don't see it as polluted wood or something. So here is just like dead wood. And I can just go in and collect all these resources. So cook up all these meals. And then try to reach... I really hope that this guy is the botanist. Because I'm literally at the edge of the map. And that would kind of make me mad if that would not be the case. Although I see that this person has also some sort of weird thing over here. So... let's see. I can still afford to maintain another mouth to feed at this point. Do you have the necessary housing? And having more workforce would be probably better. Because there's quite a lot that's going on. So I'll have to monitor this carry capacity because that can be quite a pickle. So I'll try to grab tools and I'll try to make more floaters. Can go for more rope. And do more of those. More of these gob kebabs. Still have this dead wood. This is here. Plastic is here. So I'm just trying to wait for them to get to the job. They're currently busy processing all these things. Rope, cooking. Definitely think that I will need to increase the water capacity. I haven't seen like a larger fish tank or something of such nature. I need 13 points to get the fish farms. Nothing is currently being researched. We're gathering a lot of things. And just hoping I'll be able to turn them into something else. Let's get more planks. I want to get rid of the dry wood and turn it into something else. Some deposits have been depleted. I think it might be the plastic or something. Doesn't really look like... Why is this person swimming here when I selected a boat? I mean, they're not really utilizing the boats. They just sit here with their cargo intact. A little annoying. It is a little annoying. The question is, like, I don't know, what does this mean? Can I, like, level up these skills because they have, like, these points, or... Oh! Okay. Well, that's new. Not sure what the athletics will do. Let's give you some points into research. Salvaging. Okay. Crafting. One, two, three. I don't know why you have so many points in fishing. Well, Let's try to redistribute these points. Whatever this does. Okay, so food we have plenty of. And yeah, they're still unhappy because they are just too far now. Might be actually able to gather this guy. I'm just really hoping he's the botanist I'm looking for. I think the two boats are now finally headed towards the shelter. I really hope that this is the botanist. It would be a tremendous help. The question is, like, what happens when you run out of the carry capacity, or if you, like completely fill it up. Okay, so please tell me, for the love of God, that you are a botanist or something. And that I can finally start doing the fudge! Fudgy fudge. Fudge, 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 fudge. Why is it not working? I thought that you were the botanist, man. Why is this cultivate plants? Why is this, like, locked? These three skills are just locked. I don't know if the school is needed or what in the hell I need to do. Okay, so slightly disappointed when it comes to this. Was I able to find the botanist? There's some water. Okay, so there's a botanist, so I need to reach these ruins now. God, for the love of God. Sometimes. I think I've utilized all that I wanted from here. So I'll just shut off. Try to reach this location. Or get as close as I can. This is not within the reach, so I'll have to wait. The whole power grid is just unfortunate. The research is still not moving. So I'm hoping that the botanist will help solve that. I'll have to wait here for the energy to, like, crank back up. We do have plenty of food. I can 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be equal to utilizing the gobblers. So I'll be able to get 3 meals out of that. Instead of making rope. I know. Not thrilled about it either. And the capacity here is kind of going a little bananas. So I'll try to transfer some of the dry wood into other resources when in Rome. I'm not really sure how a plastic screwdriver or something would work. Would assume it can't do really the job well, but oh, what the hell. Okay, so the battery is full. So off I go. I'll park it by here because the seaweed. So let's try to grab that. Gather the dead wood. Can gather this dead wood because it's dry wood, it's not polluted. This way I can make more of this nonsense. I'll especially gather the seaweed spores, so that'll be important. But the problem is maybe why the specialist changed in that hut is because after I selected that I need to find a botanist, I selected like I need to find someone else, and maybe that like reset the stats of that person. Not really sure how that works. I'll be able to pump out the gob kebabs. I really thought that there's like a better quality of food, like the ordinary. Is it possible that like the pollution is just still not there? I'm really confused about some of that. I'm trying to just process the dry wood into other resources so that the occupancy of the resources is not just fully killed off. Because if I take more resources into processing one thing, I'll just free up some of the inventory space. Like this way I'm just burning through firewood in order to get it done. I don't really have the flounders to be processed into better food. There's water, there's goods which can be scavenged. Don't really see the specialist though. These are healthy trees. Any of these things? Yeah, quite a lot of things. Okay, so it's even beyond these locations. Okay. So we still have a bit of a way to go. Two, 4, 5. I'll be able to cook up a few meals out of that. This one guy is still happy. Everyone else is totally upset. Trying to keep pumping out the water. Yeah, this is just rubbing me the wrong way, I guess. Like, that's something I would try to set up so it cannot happen. Because it just does not look pretty. We have only one fishing boat, so let's go grab the flounders. Be easier to prep. The question is though, what's gonna happen if we will try to set up the farming? That is, if I'll live it long enough to get that research up and running. Because this is quite a lot of points, so I can go for a fish farm, but then I would have to wait, and considering the fact that we're fairly close to our target, I kind of don't want to do that. Let's put 2 people to processing the plastic waste. Main reason We don't really have it, so I can turn it into more tools and especially floaters. Dry wood I do have a crap ton of, and I also have a lot of dry wood. Some more fuel. More planks. I really wish there would be some sort of like merchant so I can sell off some of this junk. Because I will need to utilize it for something. Even if I would have to do like an unfair trade. If it would let me just really get rid of the inventory, some of these things, I would be ecstatic. I mean, if I would build one more of these boarding houses or something, it would help me out tremendously. Just due to the fact that it does consume quite a lot of goods. I don't think recycling them into the plastic waste right now would be the most optimal thing for me to try and do. So let's do this, and let's do this. So most of the waste they've gathered. I don't know, did we like already finish it? Still have that flounder there. Nobody's fishing? Why is nobody fishing? It's gonna take care of the cooking. A lot of swimming here, making me wonder if I should connect these two locations. I don't really know how the propeller needs to work. But yeah, if you think about it, the design is almost like a human body with one leg, another leg, and a hand, and that's one weird looking person with one really weirdly fragmented foot, but it works. So what do I know? Have we like, I think we've cleared out the flounders. Here the issue is going to be that I don't think I can swim in between these things. So let's clear out these 3 locations and let's set up shop over there. I really am starting to think, though, I might be forced to recycle these goods now in order to free up some of the inventory space. Because unfortunately, I don't have the metal sheets, I don't have metal scrap. And without that, I cannot build the larger stockpiles, and they are just better because they don't create so much weight, and they are able to carry or haul more resources, which makes it overall much more efficient process. So this is gonna get cleared out. This is gonna get cleared out. I do wonder how many of these things they're gonna take, because if they take 5 fish per trip, I do wonder if they take 10 units of the resources, or how much of this stuff do they take. I think there were like 12 goods. So it seems like 10 units of resources are able to be gathered per trip, but 5 fish only. It's kind of weird, considering the fact that the fishing boat has higher requirements in order to be accommodated. trying to salvage whatever I can in order to create some sort of free space. But I'm gonna have to seriously think about doing something about this wood. Unfortunately, this just transfers this one thing into the other thing. Water is full. Let's try to build this thing. See if we can increase the water storage. We're at 26, so that's the problem. I don't think I'm really helping myself here. I might have to remove the marker. But unless I would have more seaweed, I am kind of screwed. Okay, let's try to make it... Ah, fudge. Wasted a lot of energy trying to squeeze between the two islands and did not work at the end. I do wonder how awkwardly it would look. This full cargo hold is a trouble. I don't want to be building the medium storage capacities because they're just not that efficient. Trying to reduce the weight by transferring the dry wood into the other resources. This thing is still not constructed, which is a little bit annoying. It won't fit here due to the propeller. Also negatively affects the beauty of the town. So like one more watchtower would probably fix everything. The weird thing is that you don't even need to have this thing constructed, and it already has a positive effect on the city. The issue is, though, I would probably decommission this and build those parks instead. But I have to monitor this carry capacity as well. Battery is somewhat refilled, so please, please, for the love of God, give me Botanist. These are healthy trees, but I'm literally swimming in wood, so that's exactly what I do not need. I'm just hoping that by letting this person join in, I'll be able to start researching the botany. So please, for the love of God, tell me that... Okay. Finally. So this is gonna start moving things in some different direction. Question is, like, how efficient is the person in the research? Let's would give you point in here, here. Construction, athletics, liquids, salvaging, fishing. Let's give you points into this. So the weird thing is, though, that I do have a botanist, but the thing is that a completely different person is doing the research. Ain't that a load of hoo-ha? Ahoo. Okay, so what I assume would be now smart is to head towards here. Or towards the derelict bike shop. There's literally a person. Ice warmer. I'm not really sure how that would benefit me. Though I'm kind of trying to just figure out in general. Where to focus my attention. Let's put 2 people to this so that we can scrap this and pump out more of those metal sheets. I need the metal sheets because without them I will simply not be able to build another one of the larger storage yards. So for the time I'll have to construct this medium-sized one and see how that's gonna affect me. Can make more water. I cannot really cook any of this. 3 stages out of 4 done. We're gonna have to have like a dedicated botany section or something. It's just kind of weird that you are not able to research this until you have the specialist. Yet once you have him, a completely different person does the research anyhow. I mean, why? I guess I will not be gathering any wood in any time now. Because I mean, like, what's the point of me messing with that? I need these resources, sure. In hopes that I'll be able to start pumping out those metal plates. If I'll get the metal plates, I'll be able to build the larger storage, but we are kind of cutting it short there. Two, 4, 6, 8. So that will be 4 portions. Unfortunately, all the better quality foods or meals are gone. Really hope that the damn seagull is not pulling in any of this dry wood. There is flounder theoretically here, and there's like a lot of things to be gathered, but unfortunately, most of it is just related to nothing useful for me right now. Let's research this. 2, 4, 6, 8 stages, and I don't know if this has some sort of special requirements, but these 2 things is definitely something that I would like to get. Just not sure where exactly would this farming pop up, because this is decoration. Of course, that burns through the metal sheets. Did not really think that one through, huh? Genius. There's still some metal scrap to be salvaged. Let's process this into the plastic. Get more tools and stuff. Let's try to build these decorative lights for now. A seed bank stores 100 seeds. Seems kind of important, right? Still has a negative effect. The thing is though, I have no clue what are the seeds. I guess I'll put it over here. I'll definitely need the larger storage. Because already as is, it's kind of iffy. A seaweed grower would definitely help me out. Let's give them better quality meals so they don't have to eat the worst stuff. I would definitely prefer to get the flounder, but until I get like corn production up and running, we're looking at the long road until I'm able to process the nibblers more effectively. So the only disadvantage right now about the flounder is that per school of fish you have only 6 of them. So you depleted the school super fast. All going to sleep. Unfortunately, the metal sheet processing has not really been that efficient. The research is still not done. We're only like halfway through. I think this is a lookout spot, so I'll try to park it as close as I can. Harvest seeds, absolutely yes. Since I have no clue what this actually stores, I would assume that it would store the seaweed spores, but boy was I wrong. The thing is, I don't want to go too crazy with gathering things because the storage is just not gonna keep up. I would really like to get the metal stuff. I think the seagull is taking stuff from here. Which might bite me in the ass, because indirectly it's not helping me out. We can make 9. Let's go for 10 water by the time it gets done. I'm quite sure they are gonna deplete more of it, so I won't be really able to... Wait, no. I'm at... It would mean 26, so I'm still light years ahead from fully filling this up. So I have now 2 variants, flower seeds and money plant seeds. No clue what is a money plant, but okay. I'll take it. Research is still ongoing. The thing is, these decorations only give you like +1. So that's not that great. Why are you eating the icky meals? Oh yeah, that's right. That's because we don't have something better. That's 6. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 meals. I really wish we would be burning through a lot more of this fish too. Don't really want the wood, to be honest. I have plenty of goods, so I am not even interested in gathering that as currently it is. This seagull is gonna fly back. It's gonna just bring in more, so I should be able to craft floaters. But I really do need the metal sheets. So to me, that means looking for the derelict truck is a viable choice. I don't know if I've already scrapped this car, because there's a lot of locations here which I have already processed. There's a person there, lookout tower there. I honestly think I can go to the derelict truck and try to take it from there. Hold on, I see it now, but we need, of course, metal sheets. So, yeah, it's been decided. I need 13 for the fields. I need 8 for the parks. So let's, you know what, let's hold on to the points and go for the field. So since it's getting close to nighttime, then take it here, go to the derelict, and be able to scrap this completely. Even truck wreckage, which I do need for some of those wood burning generators or something like that. But the primary thing is the salvage here, which I'll be able to repurpose into the sheets and give myself additional storage. That's the primary thing. This rusty car wreck has not been taken apart, but here I do have one lookout option. I think I'll go inside of the city and scavenge this wreckage. There's also supermarket complex. So I'm thinking that will yield better food. Because currently what we do possess, I'm not that fond of. I really hope you guys are focusing on this first. So they should be able to take like 10 things or 5 things at least at once. Yeah, right now the only food I have is the icky kind. Not that thrilled about it. Unfortunately, here I'm not really changing the weight that much. I'm just transferring it from dry wood to firewood. But if I'll get this, it'll be awesome. Quite a lot of sheets. How many? 2, 4, 6. So I'll be able to put down 1 storage and 1 farm for the seaweed. Plus the seaweed farm actually brings out something positive. So maybe I'll cram it over here to counteract all the negative stuff around it. One more science point needed. I'm still confused about the school. I'll have to probably look up some of these things in order to better understand just what in the world are they supposed to represent. Let's put it like this. I have to watch out for this food situation because I'm playing a dangerous game. Whoa, that's massive. Like, holy fudge. That is one big farm. That needs a lot of space. Let's do it like this. Do 2 more sheets. I will decommission this storage, reallocate the resources, and we're gonna see how this farm is gonna work, if it's gonna work or if it's gonna screw me over somehow. One more science point, and we are able to start researching the fields. I do have 1 corn. I do have those seeds, but I have no clue how the farming works overall, because right now corn was only able to be found in like islands directly. I think what we'll do is head in this direction. So, 2 people. I want primarily the food, because it's corn and it's canned food. And I'll be able to corn up the nibblers. I really like the fact that they call it the same name as the creature from Futurama. Let's collect all of this. And grabbing all of this. I can still tap into this stuff, so that's awesome. And the seaweed spore takes a while to get me to where I need to get. So probably the thing is, I don't know how aggressive should I be with this farming, because I was able to accumulate seaweed spore. So I'll be able to get 15 out of this whole shebang, because 3 times 5. So the 15 is gonna last me for a little bit, but then eventually we will go back into starvation. Don't really need the goods. Rather focus upon this. Don't really want dry wood or any of that stuff. It's actually going quite fast, so the question is the mushroom spores which we have, how fast will that be turned into something? But since I've completely annihilated my reserve of corn, not exactly sure how I'll be able to replenish it. I'll be able to make 2 more meals with the gobblers. The problem is going to be trying to get the other specialists. The question is, this thing weighs 100. This thing weighs 100. So, is it better to keep people in the duo shack or the boarding house? Because eventually I'm gonna completely fill in the occupancy, and I have no clue how I'll manage afterwards. I feel like I just am hoarding way too much of this junk anyhow. Yeah, I'm hoping that by the time we get those 10 water units... But this is actually filling up quite fast. Sure, I do have the game running at the fastest pace, otherwise I think it would be just too boring or just too annoying. 5-star chef. I already have way too many people cooking. I can go and harvest these seeds. Harvest these seeds. Harvest these seeds. Process this into the metal sheets. So if I take 3 and turn it into 1... But I still don't have that weird electrical componentry. Whatever it is. Are we running the research for the field? How is it then that I have already like 11 points of science? Or is it like gradually spent? That's what I don't understand right now. Gathering all these weird seeds, putting them into the seed bank. Probably. Okay, guess let's move you fellas to the lookout tower, and then these rooftop circuitries are gonna be a point of interest to me. And there is also salvage rooftop electricity, or electrics. So I'll definitely be interested in grabbing those, because I do not possess such resources yet. The city decorations are still in the plus. I'll go grab the seeds here. Thank you very much. This has been salvaged. Gonna have to watch out for the food. Right now, they are able to tap into the canned food, but I was hoping to try and preserve it for some later stages. I really don't understand the concept of the school. I'm gonna have to look up some guide or something. Overall, the game is like fun for me at least. But I cannot forgive the fact that they are in early access for 5 years. If I get the 15, that'll get me to 16. That's equal to 8 seaweed sheets. And that would mean 4 portions of the gobbler kebabs. Terrible transfer rates. Absolutely terrible. But until I come across some better way of processing things into food, I am kind of screwed. It's kind of funny how I go from just being afraid that I won't have anything to feed them to hoping that I'll have just the quality meals instead of the icky kind of food. Almost sounds like some sort of Japanese word, iki. So what happens if this is done? There's gonna be like one person who's gonna show up and harvest everything. The fun thing is that we have that one seaweed extra, which is gonna be helpful. Seagull is doing unnecessary work. I do want, however, this. This rooftop circuitry is, yeah, we will definitely be headed in this general direction. The rusty car wrecks and the circuitry is something to definitely keep an eye out for. So this has been harvested, so I can go and make what I want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll be able to then cook up those kebabs. Transfer this into this, transfer this into water. So I'm kind of overdoing it here. So what was it, like a day in which I was able to get where I needed to get? Just like considering how fast can I potentially run out of the seaweed spores. Science is still, like, I'm guessing it's at least 2 days of research. 2, 4, 6, 7 people. Let's invest into their specialized points. I guess it would be smart to have like a really specialized set of people and then going into their set of routines. Deal with that, and now that I have like Botanist, I should even try to like go into that field. But that means I'm still missing 2 specialized people. So let's start looking for engineer. Primarily due to the fact that I'm kind of in the middle of the map, so I might be told to go just about everywhere and anywhere. I do see an icon of like an engineer pointed in here. Ooh, okay. I do want to salvage, however, these rooftop electronics first. So I'm kind of torn between the two. As long as I'm able to provide food for them, I'll be happy. They should be too. I'm trying to make sure that they have something better than just chopped liver. But yeah, what I'm kind of thinking is, do I get even the spores back, or do I just deplete them? Because I could have sworn I had like less of them than now after the harvest. So is it somehow self-sustaining that it's gonna be able to keep providing me with the stuff, or... Let's go. Woof. That was kind of rough. Okay, so these are the electronics, and I have a lot of the goods, so unless I would scrap them into plastic, I don't really see the point of doing that. I even have the damn seagull gather these things. I guess now I can select this. Water we have plenty of. The food is the bigger bottleneck. Trying to sustain some sort of healthier options for them would definitely be nice. A field. One by one field seems quite stupid. The fun thing is that also the fields require the goods, so... I'm hoping I'll be able to transfer... Okay, let's go... we don't have enough points, huh? Okay. The question is how the corn is gonna work, because I have only like mushrooms here. So I'm not sure going for the most massive thing was the smartest choice. But then again, these are not your professional walkthroughs, so what the hell do I know, right? So what exactly are they gonna plant in here? Do I need corn? Or ready for use? I'm so confused with this. There's still some goods to be salvaged. Is that rooftop circuitry? A rusty car wreck. Still have plenty of fish. No idea how this works. Refill threshold. Does this mean like water or... Can I go to halfway point? Can I type it in? I'm assuming since 5,000 milliliters is the full amount, 2,500 would be the middle ground, but I cannot exactly hit that point. And I don't really have seeds which would scream, hey, corn or something, so... That makes me a little bit upset. This is not going to be exactly the most proficient way to do this. I guess having right now 2 seaweed growers instead of the large field would be better for me, because I can at least process the seaweed. I have no clue what the hell am I doing with this field. Don't have enough points to research the garden. Metal sheets. You know, I actually think I'm gonna decommission this field. and get the second seaweed farm thing going. Because I'm just confused. Let's decommission this. I'm gonna go for the corn. How do I produce just corn? Because, like, this the... I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But giving myself access to 2 of these things is gonna yield 30 seaweed. And since the seaweed spores seem to be staying at around the same spot, what that will do is make sure that I have larger quantity, and because the gobblers tend to be more accessible for me to fish, I just think it would be more efficient way of doing this. Try to construct like the second fishing boat. So there has to be some sort of sustainability with the spores, because I was until now at like 26 or so of them. Water situation is good, food situation is not so good. And I don't know if I need to produce a large grained crop that produces corn. Like, I don't know if I need to have a field and then start processing this out of the corn, which I'm able to salvage from the buildings. Or like, what's the magic behind this? Man. Headache. It's a headache. Trying to go here because there's some seaweed too, so I'm hoping to gather this. Because again, some spores. We can assign people here. To production. Let's bump it up. I have 19. I feel like I'm gonna have to reach that engineer. I don't have enough science points. But if I'll be able to produce this... Let's put down the second fishing boat. Reason why, let's say I would try to put down the fishing here. It's 18. If I get 5 fish per boat, if I would send out 2 boats at a time, it'd be slightly faster. Or I can gather fish from 2 locations simultaneously. Even better. Can I somehow just go into like the stockyard and just get rid of wet wood? What if I just do this? Am I dumping it in the water? Is that a thing? Can I do that? Don't know if I can do that. The reason why I want the second fishing boat is so that we can try and do this. I want to see if the two boats are gonna actually go. I'm gonna have to clean the fish, but I still would get quite a lot of it. The thing is, right now, still the bottleneck is the seaweed sheets. Because I do have the gobblers. Even by the time these guys show up back with the 10 oily fish, we'll be able to supply them with some food in the meantime. Let's produce also some rope just for, you know, shits and giggles. I actually think I was able to dump the supplies. I don't want to completely dump all the wet wood, because I have still this drying rack, which is supposed to be doing something at the end of the day. So let's see if we will get 10 of these, or just 9? No, 10. So we can clean them up, start making more of this stuff. Starting to think I might need more of this seaweed spinner nonsense. It would be nice if I would be able to provide them with a steady amount of higher nutrition in order to improve the happiness, because I don't know how to improve this. Why do you keep eating the icky stuff then? I'm all wet from swimming. Who told you to go swimming, knucklehead? So this location has still 2 oily fish. I think this guy is just gonna clear it out, right? I think I can leave the 1 icky fish or 1 oily fish behind. And now I wanna head to the rusty car. And from here, head on to this location where the engineer is located at. We're gonna salvage this. And we will cook up lots of tasty stuff after I clean all this mess off the fish. Don't really want wood. Scavenged goods. The goods right now are tempting because they are to be turned into what you call it? Turned into the actual field for growing crops, but unless I would come across a structure like one of these rural ruins that would allow me to gather corn out of them, I don't think I'll be able to start producing corn by myself. I think this can actually be decommissioned, because I'm fetching fish now in the other style. Kind of confused by this, but okay. Weird what the seaweed was doing just now. So do I have seaweed or do I not have seaweed? Right now what I don't like is the really low amount of food that I'm currently at. I think potentially I would be able to connect these two. No, I cannot, because that's where I parked the boats. Okay. That's unfortunate. What's it now? Who's selling them to swim, for Christ's sake? I do not recall telling them to do so. Let's make 10 water. Trying to cook these up as fast as they pop up. But it's a process. Rather slow. Have they salvaged this? Still some scrap, huh? Yeah, this is where we were already, because that's the skyscraper we use for a lookout. It's still marked for salvage. It is cleared out, so we should be able to start moving. Yeah, I'm really hoping one of these houses is gonna give me what I'm looking for. Which would be corn. I don't need healthy trees, you can keep that. Too far from here. Not that far from there. These are goods, goods. Let's assign 2 people to this. So food-wise, we're a-okay. Gonna have to start putting in some of these decorations or something like that. Just not really sure how or where does it go, or if I need to have the field in order to do it. Ficus, a flower. Do I have to like actually build those 2x2 or something in order to put in here the seeds? That might actually be it. There's a lot of stuff that the person needs to learn about how this game works in order to just get the basic grasp of it. Because it's a lot of information. And it can be overwhelming. And throwing you in the deep end might work for some people. Some people might enjoy a little bit more guidance. I know for a fact that I would probably be far more happier if I would know some of these things. I can even try to squeeze in a field over here. God damn it, this is not how it works. How do I cram in these things? Rotate? I can rotate things. Variation. No. How do I... Son of a beeswax. It's like, don't really understand what to build the decoration upon. Oh, so that goes to... Okay, so these 2 houses can get that piece of decoration. So it's like a part of a house? So then how the hell do I utilize this field? I am so confused. 3 times 3 is already too big, so I would be able to squeeze in another field over here. But then again, if I don't find corn or something, I'm absolutely royally screwed. Let's process all of this. And I'm hoping I'll be able to turn it into food, because we are burning through it rather rapidly, and I don't like this ratio. And I would rather not give them the crappy food again, so they are all unhappy all over again, because this is... Okay, even ordering a meal is upsetting you? What the hell is wrong with you? How do I make you people happy? Is it even possible to achieve something like that? I would need to figure out how this farming stuff works. Field. A corn. And to think all the corn I have burned through in order to combine it with the nibblers. So not good. The issue is, I kind of don't see more opportunities for the decoration to be planted anywhere. It's like only the houses benefit from it? What? Why? That's so weird. And despite like having such an overwhelming positive beauty now of the town, it's still not enough to keep them happy. I don't know if there's some research that needs to be conducted. Sure, the parks and whatnot might be nice. Where's that engineer? Engineer is over there. Hold on, did I actually like salvage the entire... fudge. There's still the batteries. Too eager to leave. These two are definitely working. Okay, so this is cleared out, so we can officially make a push for that other location. Food-wise, yeah, I'm gonna probably have to make some tough choices here, just so that I have something to fall back onto. And we're gonna have to make a swim towards some fishing location. As well. So this is gonna provide me with the fish that I need. 2 fishing boats. And this is gonna give me the stuff that I do need. Okay, so overall, we were able to acquire the Botanist. We were able to start the research in that field. But if I want to research any of the engineering stuff, which there is quite a lot of, I'm gonna need to get some more advanced knowledge. The knowledge or the experience point overall, I'm kind of confused as to how it works in general. I'm not sure why people are complaining about lack of food when we actually do have the provisions. So that's kind of weird. But we're gonna be able to fish out all of this, harvest these seeds, and I'm gonna have to be on a lookout for some location which would yield what I'm looking for, which in this case is corn. There's another seagull. I'm not sure if I want a second seagull right now. We're gonna need to get more of the nibblers. Since I like decommissioned the fishing chair, that's something I'll have to keep an eye out for. But overall, we've made progress. I'm getting to like the limit of the carry capacity for this ship, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that will continue. And overall, yeah, the game is fun, but there's a lot of knowledge to be acquired. For our first playthrough, I'm actually surprised I haven't still killed everyone. So yeah, it's gonna be it. I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I'll see you all in the comments or the next one. If you want to know what the channel is up to, you know what to do. And check out that other content like comparisons and other stuff. I'll wish you a pleasant rest of the day. And hopefully I'll see you all in the future uploads. Thank you all, and bye-bye for now.